7 in the morning.
Commissioner, we have a mole in the system. Names are disappearing from the records, reports are getting altered between the printer and the file cabinet.
I can't launch an investigation unless we have something substantial.
The press got suicide. I noticed some disturbing details that weren't recorded in the paperwork.
It's not your department, Jacob.
Uncle Keever, I realize this sounds...
Commissioner! You will address me as Commissioner while discussing this.
Apologies, sir. The 911 caller claimed to see the body from the doorway, but the call had a room number extension. There's no record of the drugs used or the body status or even the personal effects. What's more, there was something discovered in the refrigerator that's being stored at the station, but nobody on our team made a record of it.
Jake? The police department doesn't compromise its principles for the sake of speculation. I know you're concerned, and as an officer, you should be proud of your diligence. But as my nephew, you should take a break. I'll be darned. You were right, Junior.
Fate. We all know what it is. We each have one. But what is our collective fate as a human race?
Long time no see.
I'm Calvin Tyler, CEO of Future Junctions, and I need your help to make our future stronger. Stronger. In numbers.
This is the Northeastern Florida Future Junctions representative who is speaking in what is the subject of this call.
This is Commissioner Wallace Keever, 0037 NEFL. I have a new body sedated and ready for processing.
Thank you, 0037.
We will send a retrieval unit in 15 minutes to your location. Please stand by.
Also, I think someone has a proposition for Mr. Tyler.
I'll let him know right away. Mr. Tyler, we caught another Eon. And our friend at the sheriff's office intercepted another gas mask. Think she wants to sell you something.
I imagine that age isn't a too terribly touchy subject for an immortal entity. So, how long exactly have you been around?
Since the dawn of man, or the first time a man took vengeance against another. But as far as I remember, things really start to fade away just a few centuries back. Memory is a mortal feature, much like pain.
Pain?
Pain, emotion, love.
How many of those features have you met personally?
Too many.
How long have you been in Jacksonville?
Since the Great Fire of 1901. The city was burned to the ground and I helped rebuild it.
Why here?
I've yet to fully understand the appeal. Yet here I am anyways.
Have you always been blind?
From what little I remember.
Does that mean do you choose to be blind, or is that just...
We all choose to be blind, Alex.
Can you elaborate on that?
Put your pen down on the table. Did you choose to put your pen down?
Yes.
But you were always going to put your pen there. We both just witnessed it as part of the universe's plan. This moment has been written since before either of us ever existed. It was as much your will as it was the will of time.
Well, that's a very questionable perspective.
This is just awful.
What are you doing here?
Waking you up, obviously.
How'd you get in?
Please, I can pick locks from across the street.
Look, when I said I'd help you,
This is your final product?
when I said I'd help you, I
Feels
did.
very spastic.
When I said I'd help you, I
Clearly
didn't.
never revised.
It all happened last night, Truth.
And tell me how you could have forgotten a simple detail like the weapon Dowd assaulted us with.
Bad?
A crowbar.
Wasn't that what I put?
No, you put a pickaxe.
That's much better.
Better? It's downright fabrication.
Stories can't always be exact accounts. Truth, I mean, sometimes embellishments are needed to enhance the.
I already changed it.
Fine!
If you keep altering these events, Alex, your readers aren't going to trust you. Figure out how to upload it.
Sometimes you really sound like an old man.
Used to be an old man a long time ago. Transformation is a slow process unless you're a shapeshifter. Sometimes, I don't feel quite young enough in this era.
Calvin Tyler. You know, my dad met him once. Went on and on and on about how inspirational he was. He's an Eon?
An economic hero from what seems like the depths of poverty, but with the right investments, decades of planning, and important people in your pocket, the world can be your Plato.
So who is he? Wealth?
Wealth is too general. It can refer to anything. He's not so wealthy in character.
Greed.
Greed is too flawed. A man of greed, at least pure greed, can achieve what he has. That requires intelligence, and more importantly, a voice.
So he's influence.
Now that's a good deduction. Influence is the kind of Eon we want to avoid, the kind we need protection from. Luckily, I've got one of our allies on a plane back from Rhode Island. Perhaps she can make use of our loose thread.
That's it. It's up.
We've crossed the Rubicon, Alex. But for a blog post that will single-handedly change the history of mankind for the rest of eternity, the computer could have given us some fanfare, or at least a ding. Don't computers make dings?
Lord. I'll admit that this process isn't as immediately gratifying as you first described it. Well, what now?
Well, I've got Jen investigating some leads and connections between her father and Prescott. Maybe some business associations, but as for us, we need to find a bodyguard and a forger. Let's talk to some locals.
And you can't use fate as an excuse. I mean, an action, by definition, is a choice to act.
And what led you to choose the path you're on now?
I don't know. Yet. But I believe more in my choices than whatever it is you're implying.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean.
You catch on fast for such a young man. Consider it sincere concern. I'd rather not watch another human die at the hands of a foolish idea.
Great men have the courage to die for ideas. I mean, what do you have against truth?
Has it ever occurred to you that maybe he's just using you?
Of course it has.
I have a riddle for you, Alex. 2 doors. One is right, one is wrong. 2 guards. One only lies, one only tells the truth. You can't talk. What do you do?
Give up? Go home?
It's fairly close.
Who are we going to meet?
Someone I haven't seen since the plague.
That bad, huh?
That compatible. Pull under this bridge.
What do you want?
I have a job for you, miss.
Is that who I think it is?
Not as elusive as you, but I knew you couldn't resist a bridge.
A new flesh?
My rider.
So it's begun.
What? Nice to meet you.
How did
nice
you...
to have met you.
Who are you?
Anyone.
Deception.
But we've met before.
We have?
Deception.
Has he never seen a shifter before?
No. Some tour guide I've been. Confusing him is my job. Whoa.
Ow.
Stop it. You're gonna crack his little brain.
Do you remember this one, Mr. Hawthorne?
Well, you're that crazy person. Yeah, I interviewed you at your house.
Oh, it wasn't my house.
Job.
Right. What is it?
I need you to send this to some trusty eons.
Your master plan?
More like a leap of faith.
A leap I never agreed
Half
on.
believe it.
Half won't.
Double bluff.
Like we agreed.
Which we never did.
Sorry to interrupt this migraine-inducing banter. What's going on?
Oh, he's a slow one, isn't he?
Hush. Deception is a shapeshifter, if you haven't picked up on that yet. Her technique takes advantage of human perception. That's why you perceive the transformation, however the transition remains hidden to the human eye. I'm so good at exposition. She used to live everywhere, be anyone. Obviously that was expensive. Luckily, things went her way at the turn of the millennium with advancements in technology.
The internet is the best home I have ever had.
And that's the most honest thing I've ever heard you say.
Never can run out of fools, can you? Got you boys covered with the website.
Protection and exposure?
Like a glass cup. Not the kind for drinking.
Well, on that eloquent note, I think it's safe to say
Yeah,
that...
leaders.
Truth. How do you know which door to pick?
You slip both guards $50.
You bribed her.
Not with money, no. What she wants are faces. Every eon wants something.
What do you want?
Words. That's why I need you.
When I first met you, Truth made it seem like that you had a history.
History will always shift between perceptions and expressions until there's little more than fairy tales.
That sounds more like resentment and lack of trust.
He's devious, reckless. He doesn't stop, and the collateral damage will mean nothing to him. People will get hurt. They always get hurt. Not even I can help that.
Looking great as ever, Justice.
As far as I can tell, I see you wore a different shirt today.
No sarcasm around me. We had a deal.
Had a deal.
This isn't a joke.
The hell it ain't. I'll call sarcasm, see what she thinks.
Alex, this is Justice. Justice, Alex.
Hello.
This is a rare occasion. Truth doesn't have many friends.
He's not my friend.
I'm not really anybody.
He's the one, Justice.
What? That means nothing to me.
You don't care.
Why should I? He's just a tool you're gonna use to piss a lot of eons off.
This is the beginning of a revolution, Justice. Unlike me, you can at least pretend to be interested.
People don't like change. That's why you went into hiding.
What happened to you, Justice? You used to be so swift and severe. You were a vigilante, for God's sakes.
Careful now. You know how I feel about the H word.
If you don't believe in heroes, then believe in something you know. Believe me. Believe the truth.
And the truth is?
He's the one.
What is your full name, Alex?
Alexander Hawthorne.
Who beat you up yesterday?
Well, that's kind of how I met Truth.
Let's hope I can match it.
Justice. You know how those old recruiting sessions can sometimes be.
Whoa! Now why'd you do that?
I was serving.
Oh, I get it.
Call me to schedule an interview.
An interview?
That's your job, right? I'll talk to you, but not to him.
I miss those days when you were brutal to the sinful.
Well, savor them as you can. I won't be helping you.
It's not true. When the time comes, you will.
That's why I've always hated you, Truth. So sure of yourself.
Can't blame me for that.
I can blame you all I want. Don't look for me again, old friend.
Well, I think I did better than you.
Keep your words in your mouth. He heard what he needed to hear.
Yeah, about all that he's the one stuff.
Some eons believe in prophecies, some don't. Justice can't make up his mind. He needs some kind of answer. Proof. You can have answer with that.
What exactly do you mean by that?
Alex, I know. Every hero needs some kind of motivation, regardless of whether or not they're willing to admit what it is.
Am I
really the one?
No.
So you lied to him?
I am able to.
You lied to me, Truth?
Alex. Now is not the time for second thoughts. Let's head to the airport. Pick up our friend.
A purpose. A symbol, even. A belief that the world can improve. A new start where immorality will not be allowed to corrupt the lives of our children. You can choose to be that again.
Idealism will only let you down, Alex.
The moral arc of the universe bends at the elbow of justice. The man who said that was an idealist, and he never let anyone down.
It's not a choice if it's already been made.
Then make a new one.
Why now?
Said she'll meet us in Lot B.
It's Jen.
Tell her I said hi.
Jen?
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, it's a little weird.
You getting along with Truth okay?
Yeah, we're cool.
Wait, do you know about the eons?
Yeah, he told me all about it last night. Quite a heap of impossible. He asked me to look through every resource I had in my father's, and I did finally find a connection between him and a J.K. Prescott.
Did you? Well, how close were they?
Well, that's just it. The only thing that connects them is that they went to the same elementary school in 1972.
Doesn't make sense. Well, do you think that's actually significant, or it's just a coincidence?
I don't know. Ask Truth what he thinks. I can't reach his phone.
He's a little busy right now, actually. Truth.
Shh. Memory, talk to me. What's happening?
By the way, Alex, I just wanted to thank you for doing this.
Yeah, of course. Your father deserves justice. Actually, I just met Justice. He's actually a pretty cool guy. You know I know what it's like losing someone.
I know you do. I hope you find answers.
Jen, that's not why I'm...
It doesn't matter. You deserve them. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, all right. You take it easy.
Something's delayed Memory's flight. I don't know what it could be. None of the other eons would have already... Alex, I need you to wait in the car until I figure out what's going on.
You mean to wait here?
Yes, if you have the slightest suspicion that you're in trouble, you call me. Is that understood? Is that understood?
Yeah, I guess so.
I'll be right back.
Business or pleasure, Mr. Hawthorne?
Murders, actually. You know anything about him?
I could never spoil anything for you. It's your story, isn't it?
Leaving so soon?
How did you find me?
Don't try to hide with a face that I gave you.
Okay, look, I was going to call you after I was safe in a plane.
Why?
This city is set to blow. Eons are swarming. The blog may have blown up a little bit more than we expected.
How much?
10,000 hits in 8 hours.
How is that possible?
It got sent to future junctions.
22B.
Where are you taking me?
I'm not taking you anywhere. You're following me.
Guess that's a fair point.
You know what's interesting? Everyone knows the expression, curiosity killed the cat, but no one knows the second part that follows it.
What is it?
Curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back.
Well, I didn't know that. Is that who you are, Curiosity?
No. I don't even know if Curiosity has an eon. Maybe he's a cat.
Eons can be cats?
Late for a date?
Alex, where are you? I told you to stay in the car.
Apparently so.
Can you hear me? Alex!
You know, truth may promise security, but safety comes with a price.
What price?
Submission.
Who are you?
That comes later. Soon, but later. But I find it flattering that you're so interested.
I don't find him so flattering.
Oh, that's my supervisor.
What is he?
Never met him. But it's not like I actually need him. I enjoy my job too much to actually slack off.
I don't think you're an enemy. You and your supervisor might seem mysterious, but the fact is you led us to Prescott. You're on our side. You want to help us.
Oh, I'm very sorry, Alex, but if I was on your side or even believed in sides, I wouldn't have sold you over to a very angry Eon.
What you can't understand is that I've had my fair share of experiences. I spent lifetimes being what people wanted me to be.
Needed you to be.
A cow needs fresh grass, but that won't save it from being slaughtered. I can do nothing for them.
You can try.
I have.
Then that was a choice. I know it seems hopeless and impossible, but you have a purpose.
I have a curse.
A responsibility. And if you don't even believe in what you are, then why even
exist? It doesn't matter.
How can you say
because
that?
Because I failed! At the turn of the century, there were 3 serial killers, hidden out in the basement of a local fiber factory. They would bring their victims back and would decorate the walls with their entrails as if to celebrate some Christmas in hell. I set fire to the factory and trapped them inside, but the fire spread. And I had to watch as a man, his wife, and 2 children were burned alive by my own flames. I destroyed half the city. There was no justice in what I did. Only rage.
Know why the color red makes humans subconsciously hungry? It's the color of blood. And humans, even in a civilized world, yearn for it. We all suppress a deep hunger for violence, and, like sharks, even the tiniest drop can distort the most rational of senses. Nice to finally meet you, Alex. Looks like we got here just in time, huh?
I wasn't trying to go anywhere.
Really? Then what brought you to the airport?
I was just following.
Certainly made my job easier.
How is the business of manslaughter?
Now, what makes you think that I... Oh! Your little murder mystery! Right, how cute. No. See, he's a close business associate of mine. Why I'm here, if you were curious.
Well, how much is he paying you to stop us?
Oh, well, I received countless offers from many eons to shut down your little website thing, and let's be honest, it would have only taken a phone call. No, but then I was offered something a teeny bit more valuable. Bodies.
What is that?
It's the future, my friend. 5 milliliters of this serum can dramatically enhance indiscriminate suggestiveness. Quite a find for someone like me. Let me show you. Jacob Goldsmith, office dog of the JSO, suffers from severe depression and delusions. Prescribed 3 doses just administered this morning at 800 hours. Jake. Catch. Go ahead, sport. Bite it like a big old sandwich.
No!
You big, dumb waste of oxygen. People! We've been over this rule. You always turn the safety off before you go and off yourself. Not a wince. No fear. Just me. Now, about Truth's plan.
No, I
don't have the patience for confusion, and you don't have very many kneecaps.
I just, I'm supposed to write about my experiences.
There's always more than that with him. There's always more than... Oh. Oh, no. Oh, that's just cruel. Perhaps he hasn't told you yet, and that wouldn't surprise me at all, but... I'm afraid his dishonesty's gonna have to cost you, Alex. I can't say I feel sorry for you. You shouldn't trust strangers.
Wait.
Now, this does hurt a little bit, but before you can say braggadocio, you won't even remember who you are. So, Alex, truth or dare?
I always was stronger than you. How can you be stronger than me when I've got your right hand?
Still got one left! Come on! No, fine, keep going. Get them! I need an energy jolt. What? High concentration of power. Quick, say something true.
I have brown eyes.
No. It's something personal and private.
I'm afraid to escalate.
No, I already knew that. Something you would otherwise never tell anyone else.
What do you mean?
That's a dick!
I'm afraid to Kate Bush.
Yeah!
When I tell you to stay in the car, do not disregard my advice.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry you got shot in the back.
My flesh can regenerate in seconds. Death is something eons know nothing of, but pain, Pain is an action in the mind. In the mind of an eon. Kate Bush, the 80s pop singer?
So?
Well, I mean, there's a rational fear, but then there's just unnatural fear.
I had a bad experience. Please, for the sake of the universe, please, stop laughing.
Oh, don't worry. You find it more embarrassing than I actually find it funny.
It's not funny.
You need a doctor.
You need a doctor. I left my car at the airport. Oh, my phone, too.
We can take a cab. Memory's waiting for us.
You know, I'm cutting that bit about Kate Bush out of the blog.
If you do, I'll throw you against a tree with my mind.
I think I've said all I needed to say. Therefore, any decisions that occur are strictly inspired from your own thoughts. Is there anything else you'd like to say to me?
You really trust him?
I don't think I have to.
You don't think he's done this before? You aren't the first, and you won't be the last. I can only try to convince you to stay away from him, but ultimately it's your own choice.
I know. I've already made it.
You tricked me. You've been playing devil's advocate.
I can only have my life threatened so many number of times before I decide to withhold my services.
You're leaving him?
Tomorrow I tell truth. The website will be shut down and well, my story will be over.
Tell me one thing. If I had advocated him, would you have changed your mind?
I guess we'll never know.